Hey, hi all. Welcome back to VRR Knowledge Center. So in this session, we are going to talk about what are the rules we need to follow as part of writing a C# program. So there are some rules to be followed very initially for every quarter. So we have to follow those to improve the quality of the C# code. So however, we have some rules and also we have some standards, coding standards and naming convention standards. We need to understand and have awareness on those standards before we write a C# program. So as a good programmer or as a good quality developer, they should definitely understand like how to write a good program with best practices and coding standards. That way it makes very efficient kind of program writing, and also it improves the high quality of C# program. So let me share my screen here to explain more on this. So rules to be followed to write C# program. So we need to produce high quality C# code when you start developing any website. Hence, we need to have some rules to be followed. So if you want to, if you want to, right, explain this so that you will have more understanding at that. If you want to increase or if you want to produce high quality of C# program, right? Then then we need to follow some rules, right? And they are below. The first rule is, right, keep everything simple and clean. This is the first rule you need to follow, right? So that your code looks very clean and neat. Okay. So under this, we talk about keep everything simple and this thing. So what I'm trying to say is avoid the complex coding first, right? Avoid the complex coding in our program. In our program, if you have a complex program, right, then use your time to analyze, right, and divide into and divide into subtasks. This is the first concept we need to follow. So when you say like you have a huge program, right, you need to analyze your program and make sure that that program should be smaller, and you need to divide into subtasks. Second thing is be consistent. Second thing is be a consistent. That means if you are writing a program with some standard, right, same standard you need to follow it for the further programming which you are writing. Okay, so that means be consistent. Be a consistent as much as possible, right? Whatever you do. As much as possible to write a program as you start. This is especially important when writing your code against your coding, right? Rules or coding standards. So be consistent as much as possible to write program as you start. This is especially important when writing your code, right? Against your coding rules and coding standards. Okay. And third thing is have a coding standard. Have a coding standard. This is very important because you must know the coding standards so that you will follow how to write standard coding in your program. As a coding standard, it defines how you write your code. How you write your code, right? First thing is for class names, right? Use Pascal code. And for function names, use Pascal casing. Use, sorry, again for properties. This is one more section we generally have in it program, right? For properties, again use Pascal casing. Okay. And fourth one is use camel casing for member variables. That means instead of class, when you define a variable, you need to use camel casing, even local variables and parameters. To distinguish, right? To distinguish between the local variables, right? Local variables and other variables, or local variables and members, right? Use this keyword and don't use, right? Hungarian notations, Hungarian notations having like an underscore, right? M underscore, S underscore, right? To the like that to your local or member variables. So these are some rules you need to follow when you start writing a program. Okay. So when you talk about here, like, three things. One is keep everything simple and clean, be consistent, having coding standards, right? And I'll explain you like what is this camel notation and Pascal notation so that you will have some idea. Otherwise, we'll talk about here itself to get rid of this thing. Okay. So let me talk. 1 minute. So when you talk about Pascal casing, right? What is this Pascal casing I'm referring about? Okay. So Pascal casing is nothing but every word, first letter should be capital letter. So every word, right? First letter is capital. Example, first name, last name, etc. Okay. When we talk about camel casing, right? Here every word is, right, in lowercase and separated by, sorry, every word of every word first letter, right, should be lower, and next each word as capital letter. So every word, or I can say like first word, not every word, first word or first letter, let's say first letter must be lower, and next each word as capital. Example for the same, right? First name, all letters are lower. First letter must be lower, right? And after that, next each word, first letter is capital. That is first name, last name, etc. Okay. Pascal case is nothing but each word first letter is capital. In the camel case, right, first letter must be lower, and after that, each word first letter is capital, right? And next each word first letter as capital. Okay, this is about camel case. And along with that, we have, Hungarian notation, which I referred at the fifth point. Hungarian notation. What is this Hungarian notation? Okay. So Hungarian notation is basically prefix the type of value for a variable name. prefix the type of variable. Like let us say, like I'm saying age or name or employee name or student name, that is string type. So I'm going to add it, the type as a prefix. So adding a prefix of the value for variable name. Example, str name int age, like that. And next one is snake notation. This is one more notation for variable names. So each word is in lowercase. Each word is in lowercase and separated by underscore. For example, first name, last name, etc. So each word is in right lowercase. This is lowercase and separated with underscore. Okay, that is the snake notation. Okay, so these are basically naming conventions, I can say, right? So along with that, we have other concepts as part of this rules. That is, these things I can say as, right, coding standard notations. These we used as part of this coding standard. And coming to the fourth point here, right, comment and comments and document your code. So when you write your code, make sure that you will be specifying some comments so that when someone comes into this program and wanted to modify, they'll just go through your comment and understand what actual action is doing with this code or what actually the code is doing. And based on that, he is going to modify your code. So you use comments in C# via // or /star or // Why not to go a step ahead and use triple success? So you also, right, use // and press enter. That's how it is going to add, right, comment section to the every method. Okay. So in Visual Studio, right, comment on your method and class using // can give a more, intuitive kind of section with predefined format. So before your method, enter / for 3 times and add additional comment info if you want. Okay. So I'll explain this in the later session, like how we are going to specify these comments. One is using // or /* or you just use //. That means you just enter \1 and press 3 times. It will add comment info and just modify it and write some additional info. Next, fifth one is test your code. So this is the last thing we are talking about as part of the session, right? Test your code, because some unit testing tools can really helpful for finding bugs in early stage, right? So use some testing tools using Visual Studio and test the source code. This is the last thing you need to make sure unit testing is handled for all your development. First thing is keep everything simple, be consistent, right? Having coding standard and comment and document the code using this particular notation and test the code using some tools. These are the rules you need to follow before you, right, get into or jump into C# program. Okay. So if we can have some idea on the standards, it is very easy for you to start writing of the program. Okay. Thanks for listening to this video and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.